it's your girl Jade Ashley, and I want to welcome you back to a new video of When the Beat Drops. And like always, you know I'm here to give you my 5 hottest beats of this week, so stay tuned for more. Okay guys, so let's dive into this week's beats. So the first beat of this week, I want to talk about the whole blurred lines, Marvin Gaye family court case situation. So this week that case was finally, you know, laid to rest, I guess you can call it. No cliche, but if you guys did not know, the family of the late Marvin Gaye, they had sued Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams for blurred lines because the two had sampled Marvin Gaye's song "Got to Give It Up," and they did not, you know, clear anything. Like, they didn't offer the family any parts. Like, I guess they just did not do like the proper paperwork or the proper procedure you're supposed to perform when you are featuring another artist's music, especially an artist who's been deceased for years. So for the past couple of months, they've been battling back and forth in court with that whole situation. And this week, you know, the verdict was read, and Marvin Gaye's family won the case, and Robin Thicke and Pharrell was found guilty, and they are ordered, and I just want to get the numbers right, they are ordered to pay the family $7.3 million out of the $16,675,690 that they made off of blurred lines. And I heard about the case like when it first started. I mean, I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but I mean, you know, now that the case is like settled and we have like all of the details that was collected, you know, throughout the past couple of months, you really sit here and you look at it. And I was listening to the Breakfast Club, you know, this week, and you know, Charlamagne, he does like Donkey of the Day, and he gave Donkey of the Day to like Pharrell and Robin Thicke for, you know, basically sampling Marvin Gaye's song and not, you know, doing the proper work. And he was like, he played the two songs with each other, and I'll be sure to I think like I can find like an actual clip of this week's Donkey of the Day, that way you can like hear what I'm talking about. But like, they sound the same, but to me, I felt like as a listener or a fan of the music that, you know, Blurred Lines was like another, you know, classic song. Because, you know, when you hear Marvin Gaye's "Got to Give It Up," you know, that's one of them songs you hear when you at the family reunion, like a family function and stuff, and everybody start dancing. So I felt like Blurred Lines was like that song for like this generation. So I mean, needless to say, like, the song, it did what it did. The song is made. They sampled the song, they barely changed it, but I mean, look, we got two good songs. They made more than enough money on it, so just take some money out of the money y'all made to pay them. But one thing I actually want to talk about is Marvin Gaye's his daughter. I think her name is Nona Gaye. She was like, of course, they like the press conference like after, you know, her and the family won the case, and like her reaction was like so dramatic to me. And first, just check out a clip and I'll give my thoughts on what she said or how she acted when, you know, you guys finish checking it out. So yeah.
I feel free from, honestly free from Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke's chains and what they tried to keep on us, and the lies that were told, and the fact that we were able to break through anyway. And I'm really just happy. I'm so filled with emotion right now that it's hard to get the words out, but this was a miracle.
So I need y'all to like let me know, maybe it's me, maybe I'm wrong, you know, comment below, let me know. Maybe she's supposed to be that dramatic. Like, I felt like her reaction was a type of reaction you find like, or you see after like a murder case or something like that, or like a rape case, and you know, somebody's like finally found guilty. Like, she was like, I'm just so glad my family can rest easily now. And I'm like, girl, I'm like, it's a music thing. Like, yes, y'all won because they sampled your father's music without like the proper procedures, and y'all getting money. But damn, all of this, she had the whole Mary J. Blige "I'm not gonna cry" look going on with the glasses and the scarf, and I'm like, okay, drama queen, bring it down now. But some people were saying like, no, she had the right reaction and stuff or whatever. So I want y'all to let me know. Maybe I'm just not that sensitive. Maybe I'm thinking too much of it, and maybe her reaction was right. But to me, I felt like she was just over dramatized, and I was like, please stop. Just stop. It's really not that serious. You're getting $7.3 million for you and your family at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, as music consumers, we just have 2 great classic songs to listen to and that we can play and dance to when we get to our family functions and our family reunions and, you know, parties and everything and whatnot. But moving on to my second beat of this week, I have to talk about Miss Angie Stone. And shout out to Bria from Bria's Closet for letting me know. Like, she was the first person to let me know before I went on the YBF, Shade Room, Miss Info, all the places that I usually go. She was the first person to let me know about this. And I'm talking about Angie Stone getting arrested this week. She was arrested for domestic aggravated assault for beating her daughter, Diamond. In my notes it says beating her daughter's ass. But for beating her daughter Diamond. So basically with the whole situation and what I read on multiple media sites was that she had, like, you know, she became, you know, aggravated of her daughter Diamond because I guess her daughter and her grandkids are like living with her right now. And from what I guess the reports were saying, it was saying that she, you know, was saying Diamond, like, you know, get it together, like, clean up after your children, like, you guys are like in my home, like any person would. Like, if you have someone in your home and they have kids, you would let them know, like, yo, tend to your kids, clean up after them, and, you know, do what's right. So apparently they got into an altercation and they, you know, were fighting, and it was said that Diamond punched Angie Stone in her face. First and foremost, I think, okay, we are black people. I hate to bring the race card, but we are black people. Black people know for a fact, ain't no laying your hands on your parent. If anything, your parent will whip your ass and you are going to take that ass whipping and go on about your life. So the fact that she punched her, or the fact that she allegedly, because you know we weren't there, so I have to say allegedly. So the fact that she allegedly punched her mom in the face, I was like, okay. So then it was said that Angie Stone was arrested because she took like a metal, and I'll include pictures because Diamond shared pictures after the incident happened, and she took a picture of, like, I guess like this metal stand that Angie took, and she knocked her 2 front teeth out. And when I first like was reading the situation, I was like, well, if she punched her mother in the face, that's good for her ass. Like, you don't sit there and lay hands. I swear, I would never fight my parent. Never. First of all, my father would beat my ass. So I know even if I attempted to fight him, I know that I'm getting my ass whipped. And I know at the end of the day, I'm going to deserve it. And I'm just going to take my ass whipping and I'm going to go on with my life. I'm not, whatever, because I should not be fighting my parent in the first place. But when I seen it, I was like, oh damn, like she really knocked out her 2 front teeth. And then I was hearing things about, well, her teeth were already rotten and messed up anyway, so that's why they easily came out. But long story short, Angie, she got arrested. I feel like maybe she shouldn't have got arrested, especially if Diamond, you know, hit her first, and that is her mom. Then, you know, like when your parents, like when you know when you do something and your parents gonna threaten you and they like, you know, stop before I knock your 2 front teeth out. I felt like something like that. Whatever threat your parents ever used before they beat your ass when you was little, that's what I felt like. That's what it was in that situation. But the only thing I can say is I wonder if TV One cameras was you know recording. Probably they weren't recording during, because if they were recording during, they probably would have stopped the fight, so it wouldn't have got into what it got to. But I wonder if they were like able to like catch what happened after the fact and, you know, catch the real reaction from Angie Stone, because we haven't really like heard from her social media wise. I don't even know if she's still in jail or not, but we've heard from Diamond. So I mean, the situation is just, you know, it's just terrible. It's like, it's just one of those issues that's wrong with today's world. Like, now we fighting parents, and parents are getting arrested for beating their kid's ass, like, especially when a kid deserved it. I mean, look, man, it's 2015. We already established this world is effed up as it is. But moving on to my third beat of this week, I have to talk about Kendrick Lamar. Yes, because I am very happy about this. So Kendrick Lamar is on the new cover of Rolling Stone magazine, and I'll sit here and I'll insert it on this side, I believe. Based on my camera, I think this would be a good angle or a good place to insert the cover. So yeah, I'm going to insert it on this side, and he is talking about his new album. Up until this week, we did not know the name of his highly anticipated sophomore album, but it has been revealed that the album will be called To Pimp A Butterfly, and that is the play on Harper Lee's famous novel To Kill a Mockingbird, which will have a sequel coming out soon, if you guys did not know that. But yeah, so and I also inserted the album cover right here. You know, there's like a whole bunch of people like in front of like White House and stuff or whatever. I think it's pretty dope or whatever. I think Kendrick, he's like, aside from being like one of the best lyricists of this generation, like he's just very creative and he thinks outside the box, and it's like when he brings his full presentation to us, you know, we're like, oh, we get it. So the album will be coming out March 23rd, and I'm excited for it. First two records that he released off of the album was his record Grammy, you know, award-winning single, and then after he released his song Black of the Berry, and I talked about that a couple of videos ago. So I mean, he's just like coming with the heat, and I feel like, you know, it's like it's that time, like the weather getting nice. March 23rd, official beginning of spring, and we gonna get a new Kendrick Lamar album. Like, that's excitement waiting the next 2 weeks. I cannot wait. I just really honestly cannot wait. So I'm just letting you guys know right now, look forward to, you know, an album review for when To Pimp A Butterfly comes out. And also inside the magazine, he talked about what the phrase or what the title of the album means. He says that, or what he feel like the impact of it will have, I should say. It says he said that's something that will be a phrase forever. It will be taught in college courses. I truly believe that. And then as far as like the direction of this album, it was said that this album was definitely inspired by free jazz, 1970s funk, Miles Davis, and Parliament. And I'm like, you kind of get that feel from when you listen, definitely when you listen to I Love Myself, and then you hear like the horns and stuff or whatever. So I really kind of got the gist of what the music will sound like when the album comes out, just by referencing back to the first single, which was And then Rolling Stone also talked to one of the producers from the album. His name is Mark Soundwave Spears, and he's part of the Digi and Phonics. I don't really know them, I'm not too familiar with them, but he's a part of that producer group. And he said to Rolling Stone, he said, to me the album is perfect for right now. If the real world was happy, maybe we'd have a happy album, but right now we are not happy. And you know, that kind of, you know, reflects on like the wake of what, like the whole, you know, Trayvon Martin, you know, the whole Mike Brown situation, like everything that's going on. And I feel like, you know, situations like that was definitely, you know, reflected in Black of the Berry. So I'm excited for this new Kendrick album. I hope you guys are excited. So don't forget, To Pimp A Butterfly comes out March 23rd, and I will be talking about it within the upcoming weeks, so be sure you're on the lookout for that. So yeah. So moving on to my fourth week of this week, I have to talk about, I'm gonna go back to Empire. You guys know I talked about Empire last week, so I'm gonna bring Empire up again this week. So first and foremost, this week's episode was like, oh my god, and next week is the season finale, and I cannot wait, and it's 2 hours. 2 hours. I'm so excited, man. Like, everything has to stop on Wednesday. I will be dead in front of my television just watching Empire. But I'm not focusing too much on the show. What I'm focusing on is what Iman Shumpert. If you guys don't know Iman Shumpert, he was a player for the New York Knicks, but unfortunately at the beginning of the year, the Knicks were stupid enough. Yes, they were stupid enough to trade Iman. He was injured at the time, but I guess they were like in a rush to like, I guess, reshape their team, and it did not work because they are like the worst team in the NBA right now. So I'm actually I don't want to get into it, but I mean, they did the dumbest thing ever, trading Iman Shumpert and, you know, JR, because now they're in Cleveland and they sitting there throwing down numbers like it ain't nothing. They're bringing Cleveland up. Meanwhile, New York continues to stink. But this is not a sports show. We're not going to get to what I go through when I sit here and I watch basketball. But Iman Shumpert, he recently did an interview and he talked about the similarities between Hakeem Lion and his girlfriend Tiana. So basically, he feels that Empire stole him and Tiana Taylor's identity. So I'm going to read a few quotes that he said, and then I'm just going to give my opinion on what I felt. So the first thing he said is, I don't see how they can deny it. Everybody knows they're using my girl's character, her style, her look, and she's not getting anything for it. They didn't even change her name. They could have at least gave my girl an audition for the part instead of stealing her character completely. Then he went on to say, and come on man, they're really using a guy with a flat top like me? Come on, that's ridiculous. They never called us. We were blindsided. We found out by our family and friends when the show aired. And he ended things off by saying, her friends are more mad about it than I am. I'm a ball player, but that's her field. That's what she does. Me personally, I don't plan on taking any action, but I don't know about her. So, I mean, okay. I love Iman Shumpert. Let me just put that out there. I almost cried when they traded him to the Cavs. That's how much I love him. And I love him and Tiana together. Like, I feel like they are like the cutest couple. Like, when I found out they were together last summer, I was so hyped. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. I just felt like they was a perfect match. But whatever. So this is how I feel. I'm like, Iman, alright, you thinking about it too much. Now, when it comes to like the whole Tiana Taylor and then like the whole Tiana on Empire, I feel like, I mean, yes, yeah, I would understand that. I would definitely understand that because it is a music oriented show, and Tiana Taylor, she is an artist. So they have, you know, Tiana, you know, the big hair, you know, the way they dress and sing and dance and stuff or whatever. First of all, like, the vocals, I mean, well, it's a show, so I guess, like, the vocals and the dancing don't have to be spot on compared to, like, the real Tiana Taylor. So I kind of get what he's saying when it comes to Tiana Taylor. But when he talks about himself and how they feel like, you know, Hakeem Lion was shaped around him, I'm like, first of all, Hakeem is a rapper on the show. Iman, you are a basketball player. And then I said, okay, if I was to say that to Iman, what would he say? He would probably come back and say, but I am a rapper. Because Iman, he does have music out. He's been putting out freestyles and stuff. He has music videos and stuff. The only thing about it is, and as much as I love Iman, rapping, it right now, this day and age, it ain't it's not. I like him better on the basketball court. That's just my opinion, like, you know. So I'm like, okay, don't put yourself in an equation. I could understand if you wanted to come out and say, yeah, Empire, they copied my girlfriend's identity. But to throw himself in a situation, you are not the only person with a flat top, number one. And I feel like you have, like, absolutely no comparison. Like you said, you're a ball player. So you shouldn't even mention yourself talking about they stole me and my girl's identity. No, they probably stole Tiana's identity, but I don't think they stole your identity. So Iman, I love you, but don't take it too literal. If anything, I feel like you should have been watching, and you probably would have been a fan like the rest of us, because Empire is lit. So, okay. But like I said, I love Iman. I'm really sad that he's not here in New York. So, I mean, yeah. But other than that, like I said, the season finale of Empire comes on this Wednesday, and it will be a 2-hour finale, so be sure that you are tuned in and you are in front of your televisions, locked and loaded like I will be, okay? So moving on to our last beat of this week. This is going to be a short beat, but I felt like I should mention it because, you know, it means something to me. So, and I don't know if I told my friend Desiree this. Maybe I should tell her this, but I'll text her after I finish this beat. But in sad news, some people might not find it sad, but I find it sad. It has been reported that the OMG Girlz are no longer. And I know some people are probably like, wow, seriously? It's not like they are Grammy nominated, you know, platinum selling artist or platinum selling group. But I really enjoyed the OMG Girlz. I mean, they didn't have an album out, but, and you know, like, I don't know why I'm fighting for this, but I just felt like it touched me in some type of way, because I listened to their music and I loved when I watched, you know, T.I. and Tiny Family hustle, and we would see like the OMG Girlz like rehearsing and stuff or whatever, or like Tiny talking about what she needs to do to like better the group, and I like followed them on social media and stuff or whatever. So it's pretty sad that they're not together. But Zanique, aka Star, which is Tiny's daughter, she broke the news on her Instagram by posting this message, and she said, "Hey Team OMG, we want to thank you all for the love, support, and loyalty. At this time, we've decided not to move forward as a group, but move forward individually with our own projects. We hope you will continue to support us individually as much as you did when we were a group. We love you all so much. This is not the end, but a new beginning." And I felt like OMG Girlz, they've been through so much. At first, they started off with 4 people. They had Star, which is Zanique. They had Beja, which is Beauty. They had Lil Wayne's daughter, Regine, I think that's how you pronounce it, and the group at one point in time. And then they had, you know, Beja's sister, her younger sister Lolo, in the group. And then, you know, they kind of like dismantled, and then they came back as a threesome, and then it was just Star, Beauty, and then they added Baby Doll, which is Brianna. So it was like, and then I felt like when they had the 3, they had something going on, because then they had Gucci this, Gucci that. I used to be hyped when that song came on 106 and Park. And then they sung Where the Boys At, and then they had they song Daddy. Like, I really liked them. Like, I think they probably like a year. I think Baby Doll was like a year younger than me, and then Zanique and Star, or Zanique and Beja, they're like, you know, 2 years younger than me and stuff or whatever, but we're all in the same age group. So I really like them. So I'm like really sad that they're like, you know, dismantled. And I kind of feel like now we probably would see, maybe we probably only see, you know, Star, aka Zanique. Well, I need to start calling them by their real names because they're not a group no more. So I think we'll see Zanique more in the front now, because, you know, that is T.I.'s stepdaughter, and that is, you know, Tiny's daughter. So it's like, it's sad, but I just want to wish luck to everybody. I don't know why I do stuff like this with my voice, but I just want to wish everybody luck on their future endeavors, and I hope that you all are like successful and everything. But yeah, so I'm sad, but let me text Desiree and let her know, because this was really our group. So those are my 5 hot beats of this week. Okay guys, so I want to thank you for tuning into this week's video, and like always, and every single video, I have to remind you guys to comment on my videos, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and share my videos with others. And I have one note for you guys this week. So a couple of videos ago, I gave Sierra the song of the week for her song I Bet, and she finally released the official music video to the song. And when I still tell you to this day, that is my song. I love that song. If you follow me on Instagram, you actually saw me like lip syncing to the song. Like, that's how much I really love it. But the video is out, so if you guys want to catch the video in its entirety, you can head over to my blog at www.jade-ashley94.blogspot.com. and I have to give you guys my song of the week, and I feel like my song of the week is definitely gonna have to go to Kevin Gates featuring August Alsina with I Don't Get Tired. And if you guys did not know, these two are actually part of the XXL freshman class of 2014, and when I tell you, I just love this. So like, this song, like, it just get me hyped. Like, when I'm in a gym, you know, I haven't been in a while, but you know, that's not here and there. But, you know, like when I listen to the Breakfast Club in the morning time, and when DJ Envy does like the People Choice mix and stuff or whatever, when he puts that on and I'm sitting there getting ready for class, like, that gets me hyped. And I get excited to go to class until I actually get to class, and then I don't want to be there. But that is besides the point. So Kevin Gates featuring August Alsina, I Don't Get Tired, is my song of the week, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Still writes crystal like sand gravel, walking testament of what can happen the moment